GMAC, the institution that conducts the GMAT exam, introduced a new format of the exam last year called the GMAT Focus Edition. Until January of this year, people had the option of attempting the old version of GMAT or trying out the GMAT Focus Edition. But from February 2024, GMAT Focus Edition is the only one available for test takers. Some questions that I have been getting in my DMs and in the one-on-one consultations that I offer are: what is the GMAT Focus Edition? How is it different from the old GMAT format? What is the new structure of the exam? I've already started my prep. Do I need to change anything to make sure that I'm properly prepared for the GMAT Focus Edition? If these sound like the questions that you are having about the GMAT Focus Edition exam, then this video is for you. Welcome back to my channel. I am Madhuri, an ISB alumna, a management professional, and your go-to person for all things GMAT, MBA, and higher education. Subscribe now for pro tips and unbiased views, and don't forget to click on the bell icon to get notified when new videos are published. Today, we'll cover everything you need to know about the GMAT Focus Edition, the exam structure, basic details, and do's and don'ts for beginning your prep. Let's get started. GMAT is a proficiency test that most B schools require you to attempt. It's one of their ways to evaluate you against other applicants. So even if universities waive off the GMAT exam, I would strongly urge you to have a score in hand, as that will set you apart from many others who opt for the waiver. It simply shows the admissions teams that you are willing to do whatever it takes to achieve your goals and make your dream of a successful business career become a reality. If you would like to understand how B schools evaluate candidates for admission, watch this video. I have pinned the link in the comments and also mentioned it in the description box. Talking about the GMAT Focus Edition, there will be 3 sections that you will attempt. The first one is quantitative reasoning that tests your knowledge of math. For example, number systems, algebra, statistics, probability, permutation, combination, and such. This section requires you to solve 21 questions in 45 minutes. So you get an average of 2 minutes per question. The next section is verbal reasoning. It tests your reading comprehension and critical reasoning. Again, you have to solve 21 questions in 45 minutes with an average of 2 minutes per question. Both quant and verbal sections are scored between 6 and 51. Integrated reasoning is the next section, which tests your ability to process data in different formats such as graphs, charts, tables, and even text. It basically is a combination of your quant and verbal skills, and you're required to solve 12 questions in 30 minutes. Now, how is all of this different from the old version? The score range has changed from 200 to 800 to 205 to 805. This is purely so that business schools can distinguish with which format of the exam you have taken to apply for their program. Because people who took the old format of the exam before Feb 2024 can still apply with their old score for a couple of years. Because the number of questions have been cut down, the overall test time has been cut down from 3 hours and 7 minutes to 2 hours and 15 minutes. The AWA section, which was the analytical writing section, is not a part of the test anymore. And for those of you who are curious, that section was wherein you had to write a critical analysis, either supporting or refuting an argument. And the purpose of that section was to measure your ability to think critically and to communicate your ideas in a structured manner. So no more essay writing stress for you anymore until you begin your applications, that is. Next, geometry has been fully eliminated from the quant section, keeping the questions limited to arithmetic and algebraic math. The number of questions has gone down from 31 to 21, and the section time has reduced from 62 to 45. Even for verbal, the number of questions has gone down from 35 to 21, and the duration from 65 to 45. So you'll now only be tested on reading comprehension and critical reasoning. Sentence correction is not a part of the test anymore. I can virtually hear some of you heave a sigh of relief, and rightly so, because oh my god, it was exhaustive. You had to memorize so many idioms and grammar rules. Well, it was helpful in a long run, but such a nightmare for so many of you studying for the exam. And with sentence correction out of the way, the verbal section of the GMAT Focus Edition is much easier to manage than the standard version. Next, they have renamed the integrated reasoning section to data insights, but the content is pretty much the same. You can appear for these sections in any order that you would like, and you can take one optional 10-minute break after any section. Earlier, the 10-minute breaks were available between every 2 sections. I always recommend starting with the section that you are most comfortable with so that it uplifts your spirit and keeps you motivated to face your not so strong sections with confidence. In the Focus Edition, you get a detailed score report about your performance per section and section type for free. Question type for free. Earlier, you'd only see your overall score and had to separately order the detailed score report for an extra fee. Now, in the old version, you had to select names of 5 schools that you wanted to send your scores to at the beginning of the test. They have shifted this option, or actually this feature, towards the end of the exam. So you can choose to send your score even after you have seen your score, knowing how well you performed, and just in case you end up changing your mind about applying somewhere particular. The beauty of the GMAT Focus Edition is that they have provided an option to bookmark questions that you are doubtful about or would like to revisit at the end of the section if time permits. And change your answers for up to 3 questions. That's a big deal. So after you're done with the last question of the section, you see a question and review edit page that shows a numbered list of all the questions in the section and highlights the questions that you have bookmarked. And if you click on any of the question, it will directly take you there. You can review as many questions as you like, but remember, you can only edit answers of up to 3 questions. None of this was available in the old format, and I believe this change will go a long way in easing your nervousness about a particular question and a particular section. This change also brings up the question about adaptability. Like, the exam is supposed to be adaptive. And while there is no negative marking, the GMAT exam is still very much adaptive, meaning the difficulty level of the exam keeps altering based on how correctly you answered the previous questions. Many people say that the first 10 questions decide the difficulty level of your exam. That is a total and complete myth. The first question that anyone attempts on the GMAT exam for any section is of medium difficulty. So that's common for everyone. Now, whether you answer it correctly or incorrectly will decide whether the next question you see would be easy or difficult. And this continues till the last question of each section. As long as you get at least 5 out of every 7 questions correct, you'll do well with your score. Here's another thing that I want to clarify. If you get an easy question, don't think that you marked the previous question wrong. It could simply be the case that you answered many difficult questions in a row correctly, so the software decided to ease things up for you a little bit and throw you a lower difficulty level question. At the end of the day, it's a software. It has nothing against you. Coming on to the exam prep, the key to succeeding at the GMAT exam is structured and focused preparation. For that, you need to have the right materials in hand. Your first step should be to order the official guide from Amazon or anywhere else for that matter. You don't necessarily need the math review and the verbal review guides, just the main one should suffice. But if you want to order all 3, then feel free to do so. Once you get your hand on these guides, you will realize that these guides only have practice questions. They don't teach you concepts or how to solve questions to get answers right. For that, you need to go for an in-person tuition classes, which have pretty much gone online since the onset of the pandemic, or sign up for an online course so that you have more control over when to sit down for studying. For verbal, I recommend my own online course that has specific templates you can follow for critical reasoning questions and techniques to get better at reading comprehension. Don't take my word for it. Just go to the course page and see what my mentees have to say about the course. I've been taking this course for the past 4 years and have had so many successes. Read up those recommendations and then decide for yourself. For Quant, I personally recommend going for the premium plan by Magoosh for various reasons. First, I had used this exact course and it helped me improve my score by 80 points. So I know that their content quality is strong. Second, it offers a score predictor that predicts your score range based on how you solve their questions. Trust me when I say that predictor is insanely accurate. It was right not only for me, but also for many of my mentees whom I recommended Magoosh to. And finally, the cheapest online course out there is with Magoosh. Compared with Kaplan, Princeton, GMAT, Crack Verbal, or any of their content, quality is way better for the price that they are offering. The best part about Magoosh is that you never have to pay anything upfront. You can directly go for a 7-day free trial, get a feel of their dashboard, see whether you are comfortable with their teaching style and the way that they explain concepts. And only if you find it helpful, then upgrade to the full version. I have pasted a link in the comments and in the description box for you to check out the Magoosh website and sign up for the premium plan's 7-day free trial. If you don't want to go for group tuitions or online classes but want someone to tutor you one-on-one, then write to me on the contact link shared in the description box and I'll share details about my personal tutoring classes. Once your study materials are sorted, you can start planning your prep. I have covered study plan and overall strategy to be followed for the GMAT exam in a lot of detail in my GMAT exam strategy masterclass. The recording of that masterclass is available on the link mentioned in the description box and pinned in the comments. If you feel that you need personal guidance for your specific case to prepare your plan and to prep for your GMAT exam, then reach out to me via the direct contact link mentioned in the description box. The next common question that I get from many people is, should you give a mock exam before you start your prep? You'll receive many suggestions to do that. I personally feel that it does not make any sense. Let's say you appear for a mock and score 480. That 480 will become your benchmark for improvement. It's like throwing yourself in the pool without even knowing the basic techniques of swimming. So later if you score, let's say 605, you will be like, I improved my score by 120 points. But that is not realistic progress because at that 485 mark, you weren't fully equipped to tackle the exam. So I recommend not to give any mock exam in the beginning. Instead, just start with your prep. Your benchmark score for improvement should be the first mock that you give after studying all of the concepts and understanding how to solve questions. In order to continue the swimming metaphor, your benchmark would be the first time you manage to stay afloat. If you have any questions about the GMAT Focus Edition, your prep, applications or anything at all, please share them in the comment section and I'll get back to you. You can always reach out to me directly as well. The contact link is mentioned in the description box and pinned in the comments. Don't forget to hit the like button, share this with your buddies who are also prepping for the GMAT exam, and subscribe to my channel for more helpful content. Make sure to share your experiences of implementing these ideas in the comment section so that I know whether it's working for you. Here's wishing you all the very best for your GMAT journey. Prepare as much as you can, stay calm and give it your best shot. Thank you for watching.